What if I told you the first 5 minutes in the morning can decide whether you gain 5, 10, or even 30 additional years onto your life? Sounds far-fetched, right? But the scary reality is this. Nearly all elderly individuals are unaware. Their mornings are quietly shaving years off their life. By the time you have completed viewing this video, hundreds of elderly people across the globe will experience dizziness, sudden blood pressure drops, or memory loss, all due to the fact that they skipped one very important step in their morning routine, particularly in those first 300 seconds. Here's the surprising thing. One morning routine has now been shown to safeguard brain cells, decelerate the aging process, and reduce the risk of illness. But nearly no one is doing it correctly. Consider it: the tight joints, the morning brain muddle, the leaden legs that feel like lead when you first rise. That is not just aging, it is your body pleading for the right signal. Ignore it, and the damage builds every single day. A 2023 study in the Lancet Healthy Longevity revealed that seniors who practiced a precise morning routine cut their risk of death by nearly 30%. In this video, we'll take you through a step-by-step regimen proven to slow brain aging, rebalance, decrease disease risk, and possibly unlock decades of healthier life. Step number 3 is the one that most people have incorrect, and it may be the key to turning back years of brain degeneration. And here is the kicker: nearly no one's doing it right. But first, let's get started. I just have one question. What is the very first thing your body feels when you wake up? And what is the one thing you'd absolutely love to change about your mornings? Tell us your answers below. We read and respond to each comment with personalized advice for your case. Now, no more ado. Let's start with step number 8. Don't be deceived by its smallness. It may be small, but it revives your whole system. Step number 8. Wake up without getting up. This is one of the most neglected and possibly life-saving morning movements. Don't sit up immediately. When your eyes first open, your body is still recovering from sleeping to being awake. Your blood pressure is lower, your heart rate is still recovering, and your brain hasn't yet reset its balance and orientation. If you suddenly sit up or stand, circulation drops rapidly. That is why you get those dizzy spells, momentary blackouts, or even run into things. Actually, a 2021 Journal of the American Geriatric Society study determined that older adults who remained motionless for only 30 to 60 seconds upon waking had 41% fewer occurrences of morning dizziness and acute blood pressure dips. This is what you can do instead. As soon as you wake, stay on your back. Move your fingers and toes. Blink a couple of times. Next, slowly move your arms above your head. Not to wake you up, but to let your nervous system know that the shift has started. Breathe deeply and count to 30. Then roll onto your side and slowly push yourself up into a sitting position. What most do not know is that rushing into the day too fast is much like attempting to sprint without a warm-up. It stresses your blood vessels, your heart, and even your brainstem, the same part of your body responsible for balance. After this becomes a habit, you will see a significant change. The morning fog disappears. No longer standing up and hanging on to walls. You'll feel sharper in the mind before you have even gotten out of bed. Step number 7 follows. Something that nearly everyone forgets, and it starts with your mouth. Step number 7. Reset your mouth chemistry before swallowing anything. You might believe the first thing that should enter your mouth in the morning is food or medication. That is not true. During sleep, your mouth becomes a breeding ground for bacteria, acids, and inflammation. If you swallow anything, even water, before fixing this, you are sending toxins straight into your gut and bloodstream. A 2022 study in oral diseases found that poor morning oral hygiene was linked to a 24% higher risk of systemic inflammation markers, including those connected to heart disease and Alzheimer's. This is where things get really interesting. The oral microbiome, the collective community of bacteria in your mouth, overhauls in a single night. Some of those bacteria are good, but most accumulate into a layer known as biofilm. Swallowed, that biofilm goes on to upset your gut health and impair immune balance. Here is what to do. Right after sitting up, walk gently to the bathroom. Before eating, drinking, or even brushing, begin with a 30-second oil pull using coconut or sesame oil. Swish slowly, not aggressively, and then spit it into a tissue. Never into the sink. Next, use a tongue scraper. You will be surprised at what comes off. Only after that, rinse with warm water and brush your teeth. This single small change shields you from inflammation, cleanses your breath, and even enhances nutrient uptake from breakfast. Within a matter of days, you will feel different, less puffy, cleaner, tongued, and lighter, clearer, headed. Step number 6 is the exact opposite of what most people do next, and you will feel it to the very bones of your body. Step number 6. Hold off on your caffeine and engage your joints instead. Most individuals get out of bed and make a beeline for coffee. But for older adults, that is just the opposite thing to do during the first 20 minutes. Here is why. Caffeine stimulates adrenaline and constricts blood vessels at the same time your circulation is trying to wake up. It feels like energy but strains your adrenal system, which is already doing the job of maintaining blood pressure, electrolytes, and brain signals. In a 2020 study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, scientists discovered that consuming caffeine within 15 minutes of waking up threw off the natural cortisol rhythm in 68% of adults aged 60 and above, leading to energy crashes later during the day. Rather than coffee, your body craves motion, not exercise, not cardio, but low-intensity joint activation. Here is precisely what to do. Ankle rolls first. Sit at the edge of your bed, pick up one foot, and slowly turn your ankle 10 times each way clockwise and counterclockwise. Then switch feet. Knee circles. Second, stand with your feet shoulder width apart, bend your knees slightly. Put your hands on them and slowly turn 10 times each way. Third, hip openers. Stand tall. Lift one knee as if marching, and gently rotate your leg outward in a circle. Repeat 5 to 8 times on each side. Fourth, shoulder shrugs and rolls. Lift your shoulders toward your ears, hold for 2 seconds, then roll them back and down. Repeat 10 times. Fifth, neck tilts. Slowly tilt your head side to side, then forward and backward, 5 times each, holding briefly. These tiny movements stimulate synovial fluid, the body's natural lubricant that cushions and safeguards your joints. Begin with 3 to 5 minutes. You'll feel blood circulating all the way to fingers and toes. Your posture will improve. Your knees won't creak so loudly, and by the time you finish your coffee, 30 to 45 minutes later, it'll actually sustain your energy rather than taking it away from you. Now, step number 5 will catch you off guard, as it is not about food or medicine, and all about your feet. Before we continue, if this is eye-opening for you, pass it on so more older adults can take advantage. Step number 5. Ground your bare feet and reorient your inner compass. If you are waking up a little bit off balance, like the room is swirling, or your mind is operating slowly, the issue might not be sleep itself. Maybe it is coming from your internal direction system, the bit of your brain that allows you to navigate the world. That system is regulated by vestibular feedback, and it starts at your feet. 2020. Two study in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that seniors who practiced just 5 minutes of barefoot grounding on a firm surface every morning experienced a 21% improvement in balance and spatial memory after only 3 weeks. The skin on your feet contains thousands of nerve endings, your brain's antennae for gravity, posture, and alignment. Shoes block that feedback, slippers dull it, socks insulate it. Here is what to do. After finishing your joint movements, stand barefoot on a flat, firm surface. Ideally, do this outside on natural ground, but even a hardwood floor will work. Feel the contact. Shift your weight from side to side, then from heel to toe. Breathe slowly. This resets your vestibular system and lowers your risk of falling before the day has even begun. You will also find something else going on: mental clarity. Your head will feel sharper, your body more solid, and your reaction time faster. Step number 4 is where everything starts to change, because now you are going to provide your brain with precisely what it has been pining for. Step number 4, nourish your brain ahead of your stomach. This is the crossroads of your daily routine. What you do from here will determine how fast or how slow your brain ages in the next 24 hours. Before you eat, before you take any pill, and before you grab your phone, your brain requires one thing: pure hydration combined with neuro support. Here is the science. As you sleep, you lose as much as 1 liter of water with breathing and sweating. At that time, your brain actually contracts slightly and becomes less electrically active until it can be rehydrated and supplied with nutrients. 2020. One study in nutrients found that older adults who drank 16 to 20 ounces of room temperature water immediately after waking scored 23% higher on memory and attention tests just 20 minutes later. But hydration alone is not enough. What your brain really craves next is electrolytes combined with natural glucose, not refined sugar, but a clean source of energy your neurons can actually use. Here is what to do. Stir 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt or pink salt into warm water with a squirt of lemon and drink slowly. Then have a few bites of fruit like banana or blueberries, enough to break your fast with clean, usable fuel. This primes your nervous system, stabilizes cortisol, and even makes medication absorb more reliably. Before long, you will notice your hands no longer shaking, your eyes feel steadier, and your mind clears as if a cloud has departed. Now we come to step number 3, the one we cautioned you against, and the step most individuals absolutely mess up. Step number 3. Stimulate your brain before you relax it. Most morning routines are centered around relaxing practices, deep breathing, sitting quietly, or light stretching. But for older adults, the more significant risk isn't stress, it is under-stimulation. If your brain isn't adequately stimulated in the first 30 minutes of the day, your cognitive speed starts to slow for the remainder of the day. This is even more crucial after 60, when the reticular activating system, the brain's alertness mechanism, becomes less responsive. A study in Neuroscience and Biobehavioral Reviews in 2023 discovered that elderly individuals who practiced early morning brain stimulation within 20 to 30 minutes of waking accelerated processing speed, memory recall, and reaction time by as much as 32%. This is where everyone goes wrong. They activate their brain with screens, which steal dopamine and make the brain feel flat an hour later. Or they resort to passive stimulation such as music or light conversation, which has very little impact. Here is what you can do instead. After water and movement, tax your brain for 3 to 5 minutes using active tasks. This might be a crossword, an easy puzzle app, or reading a brief article out loud. Yes, out loud. Since silent reading engages many fewer brain areas than saying the words out loud, even a little thing like reciting your shopping list from memory or listing 5 high school friends engages your hippocampus, the memory area most susceptible to aging. Do this every day and something amazing occurs. You are younger. You start remembering names, appointments, and stories. The world gets more sharp. Step number 2 will take everything that you have done up to this point and seal it in with something that your body is already attempting to give you. Step number 2. Sync your breath with light. This step can feel a bit quirky, but it is one of the quickest means to seal in energy, mood, and hormonal balance for the whole day. Your body operates on something known as the circadian rhythm, a 24-hour internal clock that controls sleep, hunger, wakefulness, and even immune response. Every morning, the rhythm resets with light. When used with breath, the impact becomes even more potent. AYA 2020. Study in Chronobiology International found that seniors who combined morning light exposure with guided breathing reported a 31% improvement in mood, motivation, and focus within just 2 weeks. Here is why it works. Your eyes have special receptors known as melanopsin cells that react to natural blue light. When light stimulates these cells, they transmit signals to the hypothalamus, which resets your internal timing mechanism. The error most people commit is either opening the blinds and leaving, or doing breathing exercises indoors in the absence of sunlight. To reap the full benefit, you must do both simultaneously. Here's what to do. Stand by a window or step outside, glance up at the sky, not at the sun, and breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4, then breathe out for 6. Do this 6 to 10 times. This exercise strengthens the vagus nerve, retunes your cortisol cycle, and releases serotonin, the happiness hormone. You will sense it right away. Your chest will expand. Your heart will feel lighter, and the knot in your stomach will begin to unravel. Now we arrive at the final step. Step number 1, where it all comes together. This is your anchor, your compass. And it takes only one spoken sentence. Per Dalton Wise. Step number 1. Utter one purposeful sentence out loud. You wouldn't know it, but the first thought of the morning is usually the most influential thought of the whole day. Why? Because your mind is still transitioning out of theta wave activity, the brain state associated with memory consolidation, emotional sensitivity, and subconscious programming. Whatever you think or say during this interval tends to take hold and drives your decisions for hours to come. A 2020 study in psychology and aging showed that seniors who practiced morning verbal intention setting improved their executive function and reduced anxiety over a 6-week period. But this isn't about wishy-washy affirmations. This is about reading out one concise sentence, something that reminds your brain what it is worth getting out of bed for today. It sounds easy, but neurologically it engages your prefrontal cortex, the brain region that handles planning, attention, and decision-making. These are the very capacities most elders fear losing. When said after synchronizing your breath with light, this practice strengthens emotional resilience, the number one indicator of how well you'll heal from illness, injury, or even bereavement. Say it out loud each and every morning, even if you don't really believe it yet, because your brain will. If you have ever wondered why your body is aging more rapidly than your mind, or as if you are waking up to a slower, darker version of the life you used to know, this routine can be your wake-up call. The fact is, most elderly individuals do not require more medication, more supplements, or more sleep. What they require are the correct cues presented in the correct sequence at the correct time, and that time is in the morning. You have just discovered how the first 5 minutes of your day can reboot your brain, rebalance your equilibrium, minimize inflammation, revive memory, and even normalize blood pressure. Not through gimmicks, not through unfeasible regimes, but through 8 efficient steps your body already knows and has been subtly requesting. So tomorrow morning start, even if it is just a single step, even if your body takes notice and pushes back at him at first, even if your 40-year-old ways are good at what they do. Because this routine does more than alter how you feel. It has the ability to alter how long you live, how well you think, and how confidently you move. Now let me ask you, what are you going to attempt first tomorrow morning? And what aspect of your morning routine has been the most difficult to change in the past? Let us know your responses below. We read and reply to all comments with personalized advice to aid you in making this stick. Thanks for watching.